Hi everyone and welcome to the Merge Tech. In this video we'll learn the spread and the rest operators. For this, let me first create an array called numbers equals to 1, 2, 3, and then I will create another array called all numbers. Let n be capital here, equals to. Now I want to use all these elements here in this array. So now we have to use the spread operator. If I want to pull out all these values, if I simply write numbers and then put 4 and then 5, will we get the expected output? Let us see. Console.log all numbers, and node spread.js. You can see it's like a two-dimensional array. Now there is an array inside this main array, all numbers. Here 1, 2, 3, it's an array. But now if I give 3 dots, which is the spread operator, it will expand all the values and put it with other elements like this inside this array. Now if I save the file and then run the code, you will see it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So spread operator pulls out the values of the array, and then you can use it with other elements, right, to expand, and this is its main purpose. Similarly, it also works with objects. So let us see it. So let me create an object called user is equal to, let it have properties like name, John, then address, let's give just a random string, and phone, just some number, random number. Now I would like to create a new user and I would like to spread out all these values. So const new user equals to, now I have to give 3 dots for the spread operator and type user, then comma. Now you can add the extra properties like email, john@gmail.com. now if you console log the new user, you will see that it has spread the properties of the previous object properly. You can see name properties there, address, phone. So what it did, this line, this pulled out all the properties of the user object, and then it expanded it in this new object literal, and then we also added a new property. That's why when we log the new user, you can see email extra property is added here. What if we remove these 3 dots? If I remove these 3 dots, you will see that user is an object, because in ES6 the same name, if you don't define in this way with colon, then the name of the variable is used as the property name, and then the value is used as the value of the property, right? But if I give 3 dots, it will pull out these properties and expand it here inside this new object. So this was about the spread operator. It's symbolized by 3 dots, and you can use it to expand the properties of an array or object inside another array or object, right? The next thing we will learn is about the rest operator. So let me rename the file to rest.js. Rest operator uses the exact symbol, which is 3 dots, just like the spread operator, to perform its operation. It is used with functions, unlike the spread operator, which is used with arrays and objects, right, to expand the properties. But the rest operator is used in function parameters, and it helps us to take variable parameters. For this to understand, let me give you an example. If we have a function called add equals to, let me create an arrow function, and it returns the sum of the 2 numbers. If I console log add, say 3 and 5, and now if I run node rest.js, we get the result 8. But what if we want to add more numbers? Not only 2 numbers, suppose we want to add variable amount of numbers, sometimes 3, sometimes 3 parameters, or sometimes 5 parameters. So it is variable, right? For this we have to use the rest operator. So let us do it with the rest operator. When you have more parameters, like you want variable parameters, you have to use the 3 dots, which will symbolize the rest operator sign, right? And then you have to say the thing as numbers, the numbers you wanted. Now first let us console log what this parameter will be. Now if I just run add, and if I send 2 numbers 3, 5, just like before, let's see what we get. We get an array. You see that we get an array which is 3 and 5. So numbers is an array which consists of 3 and 5. If I send more numbers like 7, 8, 10, 20, and if we run it, we get an array that consists of all the parameters. But if we add a first parameter, a, and console log a and numbers, then we see that a consists of the first parameter and the rest of the parameter is inside this numbers variable. That's why this this sign is called the rest, right? This operator is called the rest operator because it collects the rest of the function parameters. It helps us to achieve the variable parameter, right? Variable parameter functionality. Now we don't need this, so we get all the numbers here, and we would like to add all the numbers and return the result. Okay, so we will loop through it using a for loop, or you can use other loops like for each. Let's use for each. So const, let me create a variable, let sum equals to 0, starting from 0, and numbers, since you know numbers is an array now, right? It consists of all the parameters into one parameter, right? The rest operator will store it as an array, so you can loop through it using for each, and it will take a single parameter which is num or number, whatever name you want to give, and let's just add it to sum. You can update the sum now, equals plus equals num, and we'll return the sum. In this way we can add variable amount of numbers, and if I run the output, you see the result is 43. If we just send 3 and 5, we get 8. If we just send 3, we get 3. So this is it about the rest operator. It helps you to collect all the parameters. If there are variable amount of parameters, it will all be stored inside this. You can also have other parameters, but always remember one thing, that after this rest operator, this rest parameter, you cannot have parameters here because all the other parameters which could have been possible were already collected here, right? So this was it about the spread and rest operators. Hope you learned something, and thank you for watching this video, and please like, comment and subscribe to the MERN Stack.